there's a lot of stuff to get into, but we're not going to do any of that before I take a moment to give props where props is due. You know, yesterday on national television on ESPN's First Take, my day job, every weekday morning from 10 a.m. to 12 noon on the airwaves of ESPN, First Take. Yesterday morning, before we even started the show, we took a moment to give props to my man Shannon Sharpe. Shannon Sharpe recently reached a multi-year agreement with ESPN to stay on board and to continue to contribute with First Take as well as doing other things. You can expect to see him at the very least a couple of days a week on First Take, as is already the case. But here's the thing that I wanted to do. I just wanted to take a moment to give props to him, the man known as Club Shay Shay himself, the man that has Nightcap with my man Ocho Cinco and Gilbert Arenas, the man that showed up from FS1 and joined me. And I just thought that it would be the proper thing to do for me to just extend my gratitude. You know, none of us win alone. We win together. I don't give a damn who you see in front of the camera, who you see in front of the microphone. There's producers and writers and everybody else in between behind the scenes that make things happen for me, that I always owe a debt of gratitude towards as well. And the same is applicable to him. But clearly, with me being the face of First Take and what have you, I'm never shy about spreading the wealth and sharing it because it's well-deserved. When I think about our lineup, the Ryan Clarks of the world, the Marcus Spears of the world, the Kendrick Perkins, the Jay Williams, the Tim Leglers, the Dan Orlovskis, the Mad Dog Russos, the Mina Kimes, the Kimberly Martins, the Monica McNutts, the Andrea Carters, the Sinead Ogumekes of the world, and of course the matriarch of the show, Molly Kiram. There's so many people that do such outstanding work for the show. But Shannon Sharpe is on another level. What he's done for the show, what he's done for me, I can't say enough about. This brother departed from FS1. I know some people have opened their mouth, rife with stupidity, not knowing any of the facts and saying, you know, Stephen A., what you telling this business for? Why are you telling that he was pushed out of FS1? Did it ever occur to you because he wanted me to? He didn't want to speak on it, but he didn't want the truth being denied. He didn't want folks not knowing that he was pushed out, that there was an absence of appreciation for what he brought to the table. And one of the reasons that I brought it up is that it's not to throw shade on anybody. It's to give props where it's due. I don't deserve a whole bunch of props for bringing Shannon Sharpe on board. Shannon Sharpe came on board because Shannon Sharpe was an asset that I knew would work tremendously well for First Take. His gifts, his skill set, his hard work, his dedication, and all of the stuff that came with it is what earned that opportunity. I didn't give him anything other than recognition for what tools and what assets he brought to the table. And that brother showed up. And from the day he showed up, there's never been a shortage of energy. There's never been a shortage of passion. There's never been a shortage of knowledge. And there damn sure hasn't been a shortage of commitment. If anything, he elevated it. And it wasn't just because he was incentivized to show what his worth was. He was also kind enough and thoughtful enough to want to help me. And you don't always find partners like that. You don't always find people that dedicated and that committed, not just for doing something for themselves, but for also doing something for you. And that's what Shannon Sharpe did for me when he joined First Take. He has never, not one day, has he cheated me in effort, in commitment, and dedication, and content. He's also covered for me for days that I had other assignments and I needed him there holding it down. The brother's special in a lot of ways. And one of the things that I will say that I've never really said publicly before is that you have to understand that a lot of us as black men, we go through a lot. And there's a lot of challenges. And we got to face them head on, and we got to pound the pavement, and we've got to have some intestinal resolve and that ability to wake up the next day and to do what the hell we got to do. All of that is true. But I'd like y'all to consider something, because I was reading this article on Shannon recently in the Hollywood Reporter, which was an exceptional article on him. And he talked about being this dude, You've got a lisp. You're a black man. You look like the Hulk, for crying out loud. You've got public speaking issues to work on and things of this nature at the time. Imagine for 1 second, ladies and gentlemen, especially being born and raised in the South, what that brother has gone through. Think about that for a second. Think about the obstacles we all face, and then imagine what he had to face. Thank God he was an incredible football player. He'll tell you himself he wasn't the greatest student in school at the time. What he had to learn, tell you that his great brother, the great Sterling Sharpe, how he had to make him go to this school and what have you, because Shannon wasn't thinking about all of that and his brother made him prioritize those things. Think about what he had to go through. And think about what he's had to go through in this industry just for 1 second. I've told everybody that has asked me about my relationship with Shannon Sharpe, respect the man. All he cares about is that you respect him. Don't disrespect him. Respect him for what he does. That's it. He ain't asking for your friendship. He ain't asking you to be a family member. He ain't asking you to go out there and throw flowers towards him all the damn time or anything like that. All the man has ever wanted and has ever demanded is respect. And the reason why our friendship has blossomed is because he knows I respect him. Because I do respect him, but also got love for him. He's a good brother. He don't bother anybody. I'm telling you, Shannon lived this. I think that he's a little weird for me. Them damn dogs. He loves his dogs now. Talks about having their own room, talking about sleeping with them, talking about if the dogs bark at some honey, she got her days are numbered because the dog is telling them that she ain't no good. Shannon is different. Okay? There's flavors about him that I do not vibe with. You understand? When it comes to them damn dogs. Okay? But he's a good brother. He really, really is. And he's been good to me. And I got a lot of love for him. And I'm really, really happy for him. He deserves every penny and every nugget of investment that ESPN has agreed to place in him. So I just wanted to say that. And I'm just happy for him and happy he's going to be a part of the team for years to come. He deserves it. He really, really does. My man, Club Shay Shay in the house. Congrats, big boy. Well deserved.